Hello, everyone. Today we live in a world that's really ruled by money. We live in a world where our success is measured by how much money we make. Today, I would really like to challenge you to find a different way to measure success, to find a different way to do business. I was very fortunate because at the age of 9, I had the opportunity to really understand firsthand what the value of social impact is. My mom came home one night and told us that she paid schooling for Edvan, a young boy from Brazil. We didn't think a lot of it, to be honest. There were so many families in our community paying for education for children in developing countries. But what we realized very soon was that my mom was also engaging with local businesses in Edvan's community and was asking those businesses to help Edvan gain work experience and also a job, potentially, when he finished school, when he got his diploma. My mom was not only trying to help Edvan gain education, she was also trying to help Edvan stay in his community and raise his family there, his children there. And I'm very proud today because Edvan was one of the many children my parents helped throughout education. And many of those children are still in their own countries, and they really became valuable contributors to the national economy. My parents were really trading a completely different economy. They were using a completely different currency. While there were people on one side talking about how much money the businesses were making, my family was talking about how many lives they were changing. It was a completely different mindset. And coming from the south of Italy, a very conservative part of the country, it was hilarious watching people's faces when my parents were talking about changing lives. And it's fine. There are businesses that make money, and that's why businesses exist. There is nothing wrong with it. They are the go-getters. But how many of those businesses have a social cause? How many of those businesses really care about their social returns as much as they care about their financial returns? How many of those businesses have products and services that really aim at solving the root cause of a social or an environmental problem? And then you have the go-givers, people like my parents. You have foundations, not-for-profit, organizations whose desire is really to help other people. And for years, for decades, the world has been run by people who had to choose to either be a go-getter or a go-giver. And today I would like to challenge you to look at your business, look at your jobs, and really see whether you can trade in the social economy, whether you can do both. If you are passionate about food, can you open a restaurant and use locally sourced products, vegetables? Now you're making money, you're fulfilling your passion, and at the same time you're helping local farmers. If you're passionate about fashion, can you design clothes that they are made from fabric that was meant to go to waste? Again, you're fulfilling your passion, you're making money, but you're also helping the environment. Now, I don't know whether whatever I'm doing today is going to be successful. I don't know if there will ever be a tangible social impact, but I do know that if I want to make this place, this world, a better place, I need to start with one, really finding a social issue or an environmental issue that I want to tackle, that we're passionate about. Number two, make sure we find a solution to the root cause and create products and services that you can sell and you can make money from, but at the same time, you're also solving the root cause of that problem. And number three, let's make sure we tell anyone we know about doing number one and number two. Now, let's come back to me now. When I started my business, I had no idea where I was going with it, between us in confidence. I knew I wanted to do something good. I knew I wanted to help people. But I had no idea. I did not have it or figure it out. till I was sitting in a class, I was taking a course, and next to me there was a lovely student from Ghana. And we were talking about education in Ghana and how the poor quality of education and a lack of job opportunities was really holding women back from giving back to their communities. And I remember flying home after the course thinking, what can I do? How can I be a go-giver for these women? What can I do for them? And I went back home and I started looking at all universities and schools worldwide that were offering very high quality of education. And I knew these women could not access that type of education. And I thought, great, what about if I create a pop-up academy in their country and I take these curriculums to them? And I tried, I did it, it worked. Now I was there with a pop-up academy, with brands, with schools from all over the world, teaching these women. But I wasn't happy. I wasn't happy because in that moment, I decided to be a go-giver, and I was compromising on being a go-getter. And the model was not sustainable. Yes, there was a social impact, but the model was not sustainable. Every time I wanted to help another group of women, I had to rely on donations. And that was not the way I wanted to do it. So I went back to the drawing board and I said, great, now let me look at businesses, worldwide successful businesses that are making money from what I want to do. And I looked at recruitment companies, talent sourcing models. I looked at training companies. And I made sure I worked in all of them because I wanted to understand the in and outs of each industry. And there was always the same model. Bit of suspense. That's okay. There was always the same model. There were recruiters on one side, they were willing to pay to get the right talents, and there were people on the other side seeking for jobs. And I thought, what about if I replace people seeking for jobs with women who have just finished my pop-up academy? And that's what I did. The women I thought were ready to enter the workforce, I connected them with businesses worldwide who were looking for employees. I tried, and again, it worked. These women were getting employed, and now they were gaining international experience. Now I had a model that was financially viable, but was also socially responsible. And the more we were measuring our social impact, the more we found out that everyone involved in that process was gaining massive benefits. Organizations were embedding social responsibility in their HR practices. Plus, they were recruiting more than just an employee. They were recruiting women who really needed a second chance in life. We were getting education, we're getting international work experience, and we're returning home to join their local talent pool. It just was a win-win for everyone. Now, I don't know what the world is going to look like between now and over the next 10 years, in 50 years' time. I don't know that, and I wish I had a magic ball. But I know that we have to really look at the quality of the value, the impact we are making throughout our jobs and our businesses. And we have so much power. That's the good news. As social entrepreneurs, as startups, as employees, we have so much power to decide the quality of the impact we want to make. It's going to be a monetary impact, it's going to be a social impact, it's going to be both. If we want to make this world a better place, we cannot keep fitting the doing good into a structure that has been coded for centuries as business. We have to change that structure. Otherwise, we just end up doing CSR, and it doesn't work anymore. My mom was not trying to fit Edvan into a structure that was coded for unemployment. My mom was not trying to run the CSR of the year for our family. My mom was trying to create a new structure for Edvan that was coded for employment. And so did I. I wanted to create a new structure for our women that was coded for employment, for better opportunities. In a world that is ruled by money, where we need everybody's help to make this place a better place, We cannot keep talking about social economy as the third sector anymore. It has to be the first sector, and we are all responsible for that choice. I made a decision to measure my success by how many better opportunities I could provide to women in developing countries. My mom made her decision to measure success by how many children she was helping in developing countries. What's your decision today? What's your choice? Thank you.